Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to a new video. Today I'll be going over the top 10 weapons of Season 8 of Apex Legends. I know I'm a bit late, I know Macro, I know the Gaming Merchant, I know a crap ton of YouTubers that uploaded it, but I still feel like I need to give my my opinion. I know some people will disagree, I know some people will completely agree, but I really doubt the second one though. But hey, before we start this video, I know some people will notice a difference. It's because I got a new mic. I did get a new mic, and I'm quite happy about it. I really love how it sounds. I know the echo is still quite noticeable now, but I do prefer having a little bit of echo to having shitty mic quality. I absolutely love how this sounds, and I won't be blowing up your ears every time I speak to you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's get straight into it. On number 10, I got the Hemlock. The Hemlock is overall a really strong rifle, a really versatile rifle. A burst rifle, one of the only burst weapons in the game with the Prowler, and maybe missing someone right there, a gun or anything like that. But overall, the Hemlock is a really strong rifle that pros loved and hated because everyone was amazing with it. And then it got the nerf, but even after the nerf, this gun is still amazing. If you had your burst shots or simply your single fire shots, you're probably gonna do what, easy hundreds on people. It's not that hard to put 100 damage on people with a Hemlock. It's really not. And like some weapons where it's kind of hard to hit to just break their shields, the Hemlock makes it look so easy and so carefree. It's just dumb at times. Overall, the single fire can help you from mid to long range, and the burst can be used for long range, yeah, but you're probably just gonna be wasting bullets up that point. And close range to mid range, it's probably where you're probably gonna want to use the burst mode way more. Onto my number 9, which is the triple take. Oh my god, this sniper is really good. The only sniper on this list, by the way. I'm not gonna be adding the Kraber, the Prowler, the Peacekeeper. I'm not gonna be adding those just because it's an heirloom weapon and that's almost a given. But yeah, overall the triple take is probably one of the best snipers, if not the best sniper, behind the Kraber. I put the triple take just because of how versatile and easy to use it is for new players and how deadly it is with experienced players. Some people will try to defend their sniper of choice. I mean, I know some people will try to defend the charge rifle of being one of the best weapons, but I really don't like. I mean, this is my tier of snipers. I got the longbow, the charge rifle, the sentinel, the triple take, and then the Kraber. But overall, the triple take does everything you need from a sniper. I mean, you got medium to long range engagement capability, and from close range you can basically use it as a shotgun. What other sniper provides you with that? You can use this as a sniper slash shotgun. I love this weapon. Killing people with it using it as a shotgun gets people so mad, and I love that. Even though I get mad myself when I do that, when I get killed like that. But yeah, overall, onto my number 8, which is the G7 Scout. I mean, some people will try to flame me for this, but I love the G7 Scout. But in my opinion, after trying the 30-30 repeater, there's no going back. I love the 30-30 repeater, and the G7 is just a weaker version, in my opinion. And it's still a really strong weapon. That's why it's still top 10. But in my opinion, it shouldn't be top tier at the moment since King's Canyon is such a close range map. But if you want to carry the G7, it will probably get the job done. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the G7 Scout is probably one of the most versatile weapons, even though it got the double tap trigger hop up removed. Many people didn't even use it, and overall the fire rate on it, it's really good. I do gotta say that the fire rate on it, it's really good, and the damage that you can put onto people with this, or the pressure, it's insane. You can do 34 to a body and 60 to a head. So overall, if you hit 2 headshots, you're gonna do 120. That's basically an easy knock at the beginning of a game. But overall, the G7 Scout used to be a sniper, and it's now the best sniper in the game, in my opinion. On to my number 7, which is the Flatline. And there's only one reason for this, and it's called Amble Receiver. God damn, this hop up is good. This hop up completely changed the meta this season. This season actually has a lot of weapons that you can use, and I absolutely love that. The Flatline is probably one of the most used rifles in the game. Chevy uses it a lot. I've seen it. I've seen some pro players use it a lot. Overall, the Flatline is a little bit harder to control than the R301, but it hits harder. So I do prefer it to the R301 at the beginning of a game. But the Flatline does 19 to a body and 38 to a head without the hop up. When you put single fire and the hop up on, the body, the shot to a body does 43 damage and 86 to the head. So you're gonna tell me that I'm basically hitting like a sniper right now. I'm basically hitting harder than with the fucking G7. Yeah, I'll be taking the Flatline every day over the G7. Overall, the Flatline probably really versatile, a slow fire rate that allows you to just spam the weapon a little bit more than its other counterpart. Other counterpart. There we go. Other counterpart with the R301. But overall, the Flatline is a little bit harder to control. That's why I put it on our number 7, just because it's a little bit harder to control, and new players will struggle a little bit with it. But yeah, overall, the Flatline, a really strong weapon that if you know how to use properly, I do recommend completely. On my number 6, I know some people will absolutely hate me for this, but I put the Wingman. Just hear me out before you want to kill me. The Wingman is good. It's the strongest weapon in the game. If we're talking about tiers and shit, it's probably the strongest weapon in the game. But right now, the meta is not a Wingman welcome meta. The Wingman has, I think, 4 shots or 5 shots at the beginning of a game. And the meta right now is the Spitfire, the R301, the Mastiff, or the Flatline. So you tell me, you miss one bullet with a Wingman, and you're probably dead. The Spitfire will spam you until you die. The Flatline will probably melt you, as well as the R301. The Mastiff will probably just take one shot at you and kill you. So yeah, overall, the people that like to use the Wingman, I still respect you guys. I mean, I know you guys are sweats and all, but the Wingman is still quite a good weapon. I'm not gonna lie, the Wingman is still pretty good. A really strong weapon that can be used from basically every range. Maybe not that long range, but it's still pretty decent. The fast movement while you're aiming down the sights is really strong. But overall, I put the Wingman right here just because of the meta. If it was a tier list, I would have put it on the number on the top with some other weapons. But right now, the Wingman sits at 6th place just because of the meta. The meta absolutely didn't like the Wingman. And if you're trying to use the Wingman, this is probably the best time to use it, since it will require you to be a lot better with the Wingman than before. So yeah, if you want to improve with the Wingman, I do recommend you start trying right now. This all leads me to my number 5, which is the Spitfire. I know some people will say that the Spitfire is not better than the Wingman, and I know the Wingman is not better than the Spitfire. For a fact, you just look at the numbers and the Wingman beats it on every single occasion. You need less ammo, you do more damage per bullet. I mean, it's overall just a better gun. Then why is it on top? Why is the Spitfire on top? Well, right now the Spitfire is being meta since it did get a buff. It get a buff from last season. I mean, from season 7 to season 8, it did get a buff that made it pretty insane. I mean, you do 19 damage to a body and 38 to a head, which is basically the same as a flatline, but you can shoot for way for way more time. So imagine with the flatline, you shoot for about a minute. You're probably gonna go through like 6 mags or something like that. With the Spitfire, you're probably gonna go through like 2 at most. The Spitfire is already an insane gun. I mean, the ammo capacity on this, it's insane with simply a purple mag, and with a gold mag you're set for the entire match, especially if playing like Rampart. I've seen some Ramparts actually carry 2 Spitfires with 2 gold magazines. It's just nasty. They can simply just shoot forever basically. So yeah, the Spitfire, really strong weapon, really nice weapon. A little bit spammy, but that's why it's on the top 5. Which makes me go into my top 4, which is the 30-30 repeater. I know some people will say that the G7 Scout is still better than the 30-30, but as I said before, I still prefer the 30-30 over the G7. If you want to spam, this weapon can spam. If you want to charge your shot and just hit people like a sniper, this weapon can do that. I feel like the 30-30 gives you more versatility when it comes to close, mid-range, and long range than the G7. The G7 is a little bit more spammy, but the 30-30 repeater hits harder even when it's spamming. So if you put their numbers side by side, the G7 does 34 damage and the 30-30 does 42 damage to a body without charging or anything. And the G7 does 60 damage to a head, while the 30-30 does 74 to a head without charging. If you charge your shot, you do 57 to a body and 100 to a head. So you're basically doing 40 more damage when you hit a fully charged shot to a head. Tell me that isn't an improvement over the G7. Overall, I think the 30-30 repeater is overall a really strong weapon, really versatile, and some people should give it another go. I know some people that just used it once and just gave up on it. I really think you should try it again, since, well, it's just an overall amazing weapon. Your damage will go up the moment you start using it. Which leads me to my number 2, which is the R99. The R99, my number 3, I mean. My number 3 is the R99, which is, well, basically the granddad of all SMGs. This weapon has always been good, always will be. I mean, I was gonna put the Vault, but the Vault did get a slight nerf, which did make it quite a little bit worse. And it also, the other reason to why I didn't put it on the top is because energy ammo is not easy to find on the late game. So if you're on the late game, the ammo that you will probably find really easily is light, heavy, and shotgun ammo. That's about it. That's almost all the meta right now. That's why I'm putting the R99. It's easy to refill its ammo, and you don't need to be looking around for energy. The R99 is just fast to kill, easy recoil pattern that you can learn to control. Or if you cannot control it just yet, I do get a video linked in the description below and in the end of this video. So if you want to get better, I do recommend watching that video where I explain how to become a living aimbot. I absolutely do that every day in my shots with the R99. I just crispy as you like it. So yeah, the R99 is overall a really good weapon. I cannot say much about it. The R99 has been an amazing weapon since season 1. On to my number 2, which is the Mastiff. The Mastiff is probably the best gun for close range. The R99 is good, don't get me wrong, but the Mastiff is in such a good spot right now that if you're not carrying a Mastiff from up close, you're probably going to lose that fight. I'm sorry to say this, but if I'm not carrying a Mastiff, I feel like I'm gonna lose that fight. If someone's carrying a Mastiff and I'm carrying an R99, I think I'm gonna lose. I mean, if it's from I'm in your face close range, I'm gonna lose that fight. There's no doubt about it. The Mastiff is just that good. A good hit with the Mastiff is just at least 100. So yeah, the Mastiff deserves everything. The Mastiff is such a strong weapon, especially with someone like Gibraltar Caustic. But yeah, overall, I do recommend the Mastiff, and if you don't know how to use it, you can simply ask in the comments down below, and I'll make sure to put a tips and tricks below. Make a tips and tricks video for you. But now onto my number one, which is, well, if you didn't expect it already, I got the R301 here. This is just the example of a perfect gun. The recoil on this is easy to control. It does nice damage. It's a really strong rifle. Its ammo, you don't need that much ammo for it. And I mean, it's simply a good weapon. It's not good. It's perfect in my opinion. The R301 has always been a good weapon, especially the last couple of seasons. I mean, the R301 has always kept a really high standard by what a rifle should be. The R301 is a good rifle that does decent damage. It's basically one of the most balanced weapons in the game. But the R301 changed completely when Respawn decided to add the amble receiver again. The amble receiver completely changes this weapon from being good, from being on the top 10, maybe top 5, to being the best weapon this season. You want to counter a spamming Spitfire? The R301 has that. It will probably kill a Spitfire way quicker. When you put the numbers side by side, the R301 does destroy the Spitfire on every single chance. If it's a 1v1 with the same circumstances, the R301 is going to win. There's no doubt about it. If you're getting shot at by a sniper, by a G7, by a 30-30, the R301 has you covered with the hub up. The ammo receiver makes it hit harder than a G7 Scout. That's just dumb. 35 to a body compared to 34 from the G7. One more damage, but it's still more damage than the G7. And if you hit them through a head, it does 70. So that's 10 more damage than the headshot damage on the G7. You're telling me that a rifle can be turned into basically a sniper and you're not carrying it? That's just not taking advantage of the weapons you got right now. The R301 is overall the most perfect gun right now. It's good for close range, mid range, and now it's amazing long range. I recommend the 2 times, the bruiser, or the 3 times. Some people like to use the 2x4, but I think it's just bad for a rifle, especially a rifle like as quick and automatic as the R301. But yeah, overall, I hope you like the video. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you didn't, well, hit that dislike button. And if you think that my list is spot on, and if you'd like more videos with with me, well, please, I ask you to subscribe. I'm uploading almost weekly now. If I delay a little, it's because I'm having some troubles at home, but that's about it. I would love to hear your opinion in the comments down below. What weapons would you take out? What weapons would you put in? What order would you have? Would you have your list? What list would you have? I would love to hear that. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. See ya.